they're guaranteed to have chucks flying off all over the place. So something like these foam chucks are really, really good for practicing these, because it just saves a lot of windows and vases and all the rest of it. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about the Black Blue Foam Nunchaku that we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. I'm going to be talking about the features that they have, why you'd want to buy these over other nunchaku we have for sale, talk about the styles that use them and where you can go and train nunchaku, and at the end I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks just to get you started training with chucks. Hi, my name's Doug Swift. I've been doing martial arts for the past 33 years and I've been the owner of Enso Martial Arts for the past 16 years. If you're liking this video, click the little icon in the bottom right hand corner, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos from Enso Martial Arts. So let's get into this video and learn all about the Black Blue Foam Nunchaku we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. As the name suggests, pretty clear, these chucks are blue and black foam chucks with a dragon pattern on the black bit, with the ball bearing chain and then the dragon black and blue on the other. So really, really nice padded chucks actually. They kind of rival the black foam chucks that we have at Enso as well. Really, really nice. The extra colour just gives them a nice extra feel, and the padding just feels a little bit thicker than the other ones. It's a slightly different material, it's a bit more grippy, it's kind of, I guess it's got a few more air pockets in it rather than the smooth foam. So they are slightly different, but it just gives you a little bit of grip on your hands, which actually feels quite nice. Inside of these is a plastic core that goes all the way down to the metal bit, secured to the metal bit on the end, and then it's got this quite thick foam padding on the outside. So really, really good practice chuck, which really helps you learn nunchaku and stops you getting bashed to bits. The wooden ones can be pretty unforgiving. You know, I've known people to like chip bones in their elbows and like knock themselves out and whatever. So getting yourself a foam pair is a really good idea. It's a really good way to be able to practice those much more difficult tricks with confidence that you're not going to brain yourself. So for people starting out with chucks, these are a really good option, but also for people that want to learn new tricks and move on to really advanced stuff, they're also a good option too. Because they're foam, people feel like they can just smack them against anyone and everyone and just run up to unsuspecting mates and just bash them over the head, smack them against the wall, like, oh, look how padded and indestructible they are. Now the foam padding, it is just foam, so if you're smacking against walls and breeze blocks and like all the rest of it, it is going to degrade quickly. If you use it just as a pair of nunchucks, just for self-practice, you're not hitting anything, this is going to last ages. But if you're smacking against hard, rough, gritty walls and all the rest of it, then yeah, it is going to fall apart. Also, the inside is plastic, so if you're beating the hell out of it, which you don't need to do with nunchucks, you're just doing it to kind of prove that they're foam padded, I don't know, whatever people do with chucks, it probably will break. It is just a plastic core. So if you use them as nunchucks, as they are designed for, then these will last you for absolutely ages. If you go to town and try and break them, you're probably going to break them. So nunchucks have been around for a long time. Originally chucks were used for like threshing rice, a lot of rice farmers all over sort of Asia where rice is grown. However, they got really popular in the 70s with the Kung Fu movies, like especially Bruce Lee got very famous for using these, and a lot of people wanted to train with chucks since then. And they've remained popular. We sell a lot of chucks at the shop. However, if you wanted to go and learn nunchaku, you wanted to go to a school and learn them, there's not that many classes that are doing them these days. It's not really part of any particular system or, you know, syllabus of any clubs. So what do people do? Well, there are some clubs that will teach it. They will bolt on nunchuckers to like the end of a class, do 10 minutes at the end, because it's good fun. Like, kids love it. To be fair, adults love it. So you find that some karate schools, some taekwondo schools will bolt it on. But mainly the general kind of feeling I get is that a lot of like the black belt academies, or like the styles that have merged different things together. So recently I found out that like a kung fu stroke kickboxing school has added on chucks training just for a bit of fun at the end of a class. So the best way, if you want to find someone to teach you, is to call around like the black belt academies, the kickboxing schools, and just see if anyone's teaching it. That's probably the best bet. Other than that, it's going to be an internet job. You're going to have to search on YouTube, find some lessons and practice yourself. Just having a quick look at the dimensions of these now. We'll put all the dimensions up on the website so you don't necessarily have to remember what I'm saying. Now, all chucks pretty much as standard are 12 inches or there and thereabouts. These, depending on where you measure them from, whether it's from like the tip of the bearing or actual top, are just slightly longer than 12 inches, but not by much. So yeah, they're just over 12 inches, around 31 centimeters. Now the diameter of these, as I said, are quite thick. They're pretty chunky, so they're not far off the same as sort of like a bow staff kind of thickness. So 1.25 inches, 3.5 centimeters. Just looking at the weight, these weigh in at 290 grams. Now actually, this is obviously a lot lighter than wooden chucks, but compared to a lot of the foam nunchaku out there, has a fair bit of weight. So these are a much better transition if you're trying to move on to wood. So these have these are our heaviest foam chucks we have at the shop. A much better option for adults wanting to learn nunchakus rather than the very lightweight kids versions. At Enso Martial Arts, we have quite a wide range of nunchaku. So as well as the black blue foam nunchaku, we also have the yellow Bruce Lee nunchaku, the lightweight red foam nunchaku, hard rubber nunchucks, pretty hard, whoa, the wooden octagonal nunchaku, and probably my personal favourite, the wooden nunchaku with the 2 black grooves, dragon carved nunchaku, and the really popular black telescopic nunchucks. As promised at the beginning of the video, just give you a few tips and tricks just to get you started with chucks. Now this is not an advanced demo, this is just a few little things just to get you started if you've never done chucks before. So the first thing I like to do is literally just swinging it over your arm, just catching it underneath your armpit. Really simple. Maybe just give it a swing first and catch it under your armpit. Nice and simple. Just get used to releasing the chuck and catching it in the other hand. Just get that hand-eye coordination going. Nice and simple. Yeah, not too difficult. Now you can extend from this by switching it hand from hand. Now every pair of chucks takes a little bit of getting used to. So if you are changing up your chucks, you'll notice that the weight feels a bit different. You know, where they land in the air feels a bit different. If you've been training with heavy ones, you have to get used to the slightly lightweight version of these. If you've been on the lightweight foams, you need to build up. But yeah, once you get the swing of it, they'll start dropping into your hand nice and easy. Nothing too difficult with that. Now another extension from this, you can just check them off your legs and bounce them into your hand. Really simple, nothing too difficult with that. Like, you probably don't want really baggy trousers on where it's going to get caught up, and you want to make sure you bounce the chain off your leg rather than the actual chuck. When you move onto the wood, if you do this wrong, you'll realise why. So yeah, really nice simple few tricks just to get you started. Now if you are new to nunchucks, here's one that's just going to pickle your brain, which is hand rolls. You see them doing all the time, and they're guaranteed to have chucks flying off all over the place. So something like these foam chucks are really good for practicing these, because it just saves a lot of windows and vases and all the rest of it. So you just want to spin them around your hands, and again this just gets used to feeling the chucks flying around all over the place. Now it can be a bit tricky talking to a camera doing these, and I've tried them with a few of the wooden ones, and you know, with the different weights, the different lengths, it can be a bit tricky, but as you can see, very difficult. Away talking to someone else, minding your own business, it's much harder. So I think with nunchucks it's quite good to practice with your eyes shut, but make sure you're in a safe place. With your eyes shut, chatting to someone else, being distracted, maybe even watching TV, or chatting to mates, and then you really get a natural feel, really good muscle memory built in. So yeah, have a go with the hand rolls. They're really good fun, but can be a little tricky. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it was useful. I hope you learnt loads about the black and blue foam nunchaku we have for sale at Enso. If you like this video, click the little icon in the bottom right hand corner, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest updates from Enso Martial Arts. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Cheers!